Now that you have learned about cyber mesh, let's get into why we need it. To answer that question, let's first look at how network and security is done in the enterprise today. The current security and networking is built based on a perimeter approach, which creates trusted zones inside the perimeter and untrusted zones outside the perimeter. This perimeter-based approaches to security have resulted in a patchwork of vendors, policies, and management consoles. A lot of vendors, policies, and management consoles. This creates complexity for security admins and users. We know that average mid-sized to large company often manages more than 30 security point solutions. So these often come in the form of firewalls, VPN gateways, distributed denial of service attacks prevention, web application firewalls, if you have applications that are public facing. These are referred to as inbound security solutions. And then there are outbound security solutions like web filtering, intrusion detection systems, intrusion prevention systems, secure web gateways, CASBs, and DNS security, and so on. And then you also need the networking, the wide area networking. Right? Then you have some type of software-defined WAN, MPLS, and some QoS control systems, either built into those systems or you buy those separately. Then on top of that, you need the physical infrastructure. And when you have physical infrastructure like racks and cabling, you need air conditioning, uninterrupted power supplies in case of power outages, and then you need the hosting, and then you need the people to provide the physical security. Okay, because this is the infrastructure that somebody needs to watch for. And to manage that infrastructure, you need a big IT staff. You need people who can correlate logs, can do threat investigations, and the support and maintenance. And then you need the solutions for logging and monitoring, logging engines, log storage, dashboards, and then the data sources if you're doing threat hunting and your policy implementation and control. You need the URL, web insights, you need the threat hunting information, you need the threat intelligence feeds, like the premium feeds that you have to pay for. So what all this leads to, and we know that charging customers for integration services is a significant revenue stream for many security companies. So the current state of the things is very attractive to the incumbent security vendors. But what this all leads to in terms of security and performance, like we know if there's a complexity, because this is a lot of point solutions, complexity equals blind spots, because nobody can be fully expert in all these products, which equals vulnerabilities, because you have blind spots, and vulnerabilities results in breaches. So even though you have a lot of these point products, they are expensive, they are difficult to integrate, but they do not provide a good security either. And digital transformation drives the cloud and SaaS adoption as digital technology gets integrated into all areas of a business. So it basically fundamentally changes how an enterprise operate and deliver value to its customers. So what happens when your applications are moving to the cloud and the SaaS usage is increasing? So let's see over here. Now your applications are moving to the cloud. So this is the cloud, and there may be the SaaS applications as well. They are also delivered from the cloud. So before the application started moving to the cloud and you started using software as a service, a lot of the applications are on-prem, like private applications. Right? So let's look at the four different cases. And if you are inside the perimeter, you are the lucky user at the headquarters where the data center is located. It's pretty straightforward to go to the private applications. There's no issue with performance because these applications are local to you. And the security, you may be thinking you are secure, but due to this complexity, you are connected to the internet and you don't know if even this internal private applications are secure. But performance is okay because you are local, right? So, and now let's look at the example where your application started moving to the cloud, or you started using the SaaS applications. You are still this lucky user at the headquarters, and now you want to access those applications. So based on if you are going to SaaS or if you are in the cloud, like your infrastructure as a service or platform as a service, you may be going through an SD-WAN. So the path you will follow, you will go through now the SD-WAN, you have to go all the outbound security, and then you will end up at the cloud and SaaS. Still not bad from a performance point of view, because this is the only way for you to get to in the cloud and SaaS applications. But not everyone is in the office, in the headquarters where the data center is local. So let's look at the example. We can first look at an example. We can look at two examples. So you are a remote user over here. This is one example, and this is the branch. This is the branch. In the second case, you are a user at the branch. You are not at the headquarters. And let's see how the traffic flow looks like for you now. Like if you're a remote user, you want to access the private applications over here, you're going to come through the VPN gateway like this over here. Still okay, probably from the performance point of view, but there is a security risk. You have seen now, even there can be a bad guy over here, and if they are able to get access to your VPN credentials, they can come into the network, and now they have access to all your trusted zones. We have seen during the pandemic, there were a lot of attacks that happened through the VPN gateways or through the VPN. Other issue could be the limited capacity of the VPN gateways, because there would be a lot of users working remotely, work from anywhere. Then there's not enough capacity in the VPN gateways, and then performance gets affected. And similarly, if you are a branch user, you will come through a very similar flow, like to the internal applications. Now look at the fourth case, which is where the real problem comes in. Like you are going to change the color over here, so then we can see what's going on. So now you are a remote user over here, and you want to get access to the cloud and SaaS applications. So now your path to cloud and SaaS application would be, you will be VPNing into your headquarters or data center, right? And you come over there, and then you have to take a path either to the SDN or and the outbound security, and you are then coming to the applications. So your data center may be in Seattle, and you are in, assuming in Florida, someplace. Now you're taking a detour very long, going all the way to Seattle. And then these cloud and SaaS applications may be local, like, or in a data center closer to Florida, but you're taking this very long path. So that it's not only now the VPN, that security vulnerability we discussed, but also a big performance issue. And similarly, if you are a branch user, it's going to take a very similar path. You come to this, go, and then to the SaaS. Even so, even you are in the office, but you are not at the place where the data center is. And in many cases, data centers are not even at the headquarters. They are co-located at a colo. So, but still you are taking this detour to access the cloud and SaaS applications. And let's continue to see what about some new services like 5G services, because 5G is expected to be a key enabler for digital transformation, because it provides gigabits per second speeds, low latency edge computing, and support for a very large number of IoT devices. But the question is how 5G will fit into the existing enterprise infrastructure. Will it be another point product? Over here, you're going to add more hardware with its own policies, management, and support. Further going to complicate your enterprise networking and security. And this legacy security and networking, another problem is that it it was built for IT applications, like mostly optimized for TCP/IP protocols. But now with the rise of IoT and OT, operational technology, critical infrastructure getting connected, this security is no longer adequate for supporting the IoT and OT applications. So we have to rethink. So digital transformation and work from anywhere calls for rethinking how network and security are addressed, given that the enterprises have spent years positioning the data center uh, as the hub of network security, have configured network traffic and flows accordingly.